Right.
Huh?
So it has a name. It had a name.
You lie!
Do I?
Splinter!
Yes, Urokusaki. I know who you are. We met many years ago in the home of my master, Omato Yoshi. Death comes for us all, Urokusaki. But something much worse comes for you. For when you die, it will be... without honor.
Oops!
Turtles of Grayskull, Splinter-Skull, Spiritual Sensei. Love it. Splinter-Skull, because he's the spirit of Grayskull. I love it. He looks cool. We got another Metal-Boto piece. How y'all doing, by the way? Thanks for stopping by. So awesome, 3 of 4. And the art on this, I love it. The art is always spectacular, but I like how they're all just ready to get together. He's given the spirit. He is the spirit. And I love the story they have of him where he is out of his body and he's the spirit of Grayskull to help them. Love it. Love the lore. I wish they need to make, like, preferably an anime, but a cartoon of some sort from this. And the art on both sides, great. There's more in the back you can fit. The spear of Grayskull into hand. He looks cool. So excited for this. Cool to see Master Splinter in MOTU badassery style. And again, just the packaging is spot on. And then let's look out of it.
Wolfman.
Love the little inserts to tell you how to do the cape and put the spear together and everything. And there he is. There's the pieces. It's not much, but he is awesome.
Wolfman.
And then just a little twirl around here before we get to the full review, showing off this awesome Splinter-Skull. Again, I love that lore. I love that story behind him. They need to make an animated series now of this crossover. The comic is neat, but let's turn that comic into a neat little animated series. I think would do pretty decent. And there's a Metal-Boto pieces that I can't wait till we get 4 of 4. But he looks cool, and let's have my buddy start the review for the awesome Grayskull Splinter-Skull. Ooh.
Wolfman.
We're going to look at his articulation and the quality of each part of him. Great head sculpt, good detail. Look at that hair braid. He definitely looks like something that'd be from Eternia, or, you know, something even to go against Thor. Guy's beefy arms. I've never seen Splinter so beefy before. Got that ball joint. Good flow. The ball joints in his arms do kind of snap in position, so you can definitely have him pose in a certain way and to be able to hold it up. So if you wanted him to lift the car or something above his head, he could do that. Yeah. Yes, my sons, I can do that. In fact, let's just take a break and see him do that right now. Look at that. He's holding up the toilet taxi. Well, look how strong Splinter is. Yes, ladies, and you can take me home for a nice simple price of $24.99. You can have this beautiful, strong, muscular Splinter for your own. Just call now. Oh, I do not need to be put through such humiliation to get the ladies. I am buff and strong and romantic too. If you're interested, give me a call. Anyways, so they do give you one additional hand. I'm assuming that way you can have him hold the shield. The thing is, though, it's only a left hand. So if you wanted to have him hold a shield in the right hand, that's not going to happen. So that's a shame to still only have one additional hand, but it's still a good option to have. It's better to have one additional hand than no additional hands. Anyways, I like the texture and design of his cloak. Clearly they'll have a little spot if you wanted to add a shield of any of the characters. This one obviously is from the build a character, but if you want to put a shield on him, he can have one. Of course, if you want to put his cape on there, which we'll do in a little bit once we're done with looking at him without it, you can do that too, and that doesn't require this at all. So his tail even's got articulation. You can spin it, you can turn it. It's got a nice hook. Maybe you want him to hang like a possum. Whoops. Apparently it can also come off if you don't like his tail. Doo-doo-doo. Well, Mission Impossible. That's enough waste of time there. Maybe I'll add something there, or maybe I won't. Anyway, so good, nice, beefy legs, very masculine. Good articulation in that too. Got it pegs, holes to put if you want to put them on a stand. But right off the bat, I had no problem standing them up. Got nice long claw toenails. Pretty cool. I think he's a nice addition to the Eternia Turtle line, or TMNT MOTU line. Kind of feels like he can fit in both worlds. A little obviously more buff than the normal Master Splinter, but maybe Super Splinter. Anyways, let's go put that nice cape on him and let's see what it looks like. So this cape is nice and bulky, so if you do want to put it on him, you will have to take off his head, which, because how bulky his collar area is, if you want the braid underneath, again, you'll have to take his head off, and it makes it a little hard to get his head back on, just because it's so bulky, it kind of pushes back. But it really isn't that hard per se to get it on. It just adds a little more resistance. Now the cape is really nice, kind of, if you want, gives that Kaiba vibe where he's just kind of always stuck in midair. Of course, part of that is because of his tail sticks out. If you don't, then clearly it's more flat. So if you do want that look where it's like wind blowing, you can easily just lift his tail up and it kind of looks like the wind caught his cape. I like the tethered design on it. The cape itself has a nice texture. You can feel it, you can see it. I mean, there's a little line right here from when they molded it or whatever. Any imperfections, like this little piece of tethered plastic, could look like tethered, or use your imagination, tethered cloth. So that's not a big deal. And that line I just showed you right here, that is not really noticeable when you actually have him on him and it's in the shadows. So it's not a big deal. No deal breaker there. Doesn't mean, it might be just our figure that got that. Not a big deal. Anything like mass produced like this will have a little bit imperfections with the molds maybe, but overall the look, the feel of the figure is nice. It kind of feels, I would say, almost soft plastic, not like a really hard, heavy, thick plastic, but that kind of gives it a nice feel and texture to it, so I don't mind it at all. Really cool, badass design. Now let's look at his weapon. I like the blue crystal or icy look to it. I like how the staff is actually not designed to be completely straight, so it gives a more organic look to it and feel. Now it's not too terribly hard to get it onto his hand. Some figures and some lines will damage the paint job, but since the plastic on both of these are technically unpainted, you don't have to worry too much about paint transfer. Clearly the best thing to do, I find, is to bend his fingers outward to get it on there. I'm not too worried about the fingers breaking. As I said, it's more of a soft plastic, and it's better than just kind of forcing the shaft through his hand, because clearly this is thicker than the rest of it. He said he stands really nicely. He doesn't really need the staff to stand nice, but it just looks so cool when he has it. Now let's put his hand to hold the shield on, and we'll see what that looks too. So here's the hand on his arm itself. Looks nice. I actually kind of prefer it than the closed fist. It gives a nice feel and more organic look to it, because even his fingers are not fully aligned. Like if he's grasping for something, grasping something in his palm of his hand. But we're gonna put the shield on there. Again, this is for the Build-A character, Metal-Boto. But we're gonna see if he can actually hold it. I'd assume that's why his hand's open like this. Probably not. Apparently not. Alright, so the open hand can hold this. I guess it would have been better with the closed hand. But it looks nice in his hand. So I guess we'll put this back on to see what it looks like with the shield. He looks cool. I mean, I think the shield will look a little better without all those dots, but that's because of the Build-A character. So, but even with that, the holes don't look bad. I don't know what else you might be able to stick in there, but maybe if you had something in particular besides the Build-A character's pieces to stick in there, it might look cool. But yeah, overall, I like him a lot. Now we're going to quickly go to where we put the shield on his back and see what that looks like. I prefer him with his cape, but as I said, you can put the shield on his back, clips right on there, just like any of the other MOTU Turtle line characters. It might be better actually put his hair in between the shield, maybe. All depends on how you want to do it. So anyways, I really like him. I'm pretty excited about that they made a Splinter. Great idea, great concept, beautiful execution. Comment below what you think about it. Are you going to collect all the MOTU Turtle lines to build the Metal-Boto? Let us know in the comments below what you think. If you plan on doing that. If you actually find the mashup pretty exciting. I personally do. I've really gotten recently into the MOTU universe, and I've always been a fan of Ninja Turtles ever since I was little. So it's nice to actually have both of these great franchises come together to build such a beautiful characters. So here's the shield on his back. Clearly, if you put it the correct way, the hand will actually fit a lot better with his hair and everything. So don't be foolish and put it upside down. Clearly looks a lot better like this. I prefer his cape. So let's see what it looks like next to Shredder. So here's Splinter with Shredder. Shredder looks really cool. He clearly comes with his own weapons, but I personally prefer Master Splinter over the Shredder. I mean, don't get me wrong, Shredder looks pretty badass, but something about the way they did this job on the Splinter looks even cooler. Shredder does have an open arm, so to use his second weapon you will have to clip it onto his wrist. With that being said, as I said, it's just so much cooler the way Master Splinter looks over Shredder himself. So which one do you think did better? I know we didn't go too over a whole lot of Shredder, but I personally think they did a better job with Master Splinter. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Appreciate all your support and liking our videos. It means a lot to us. We look forward to them continuing to do the MOTU Turtle line. I can't wait to see what they might do with, you know, like an April O'Neil or something like that. If you have any creative ideas what they can do for mashups, please let us know below. And we would love to hear from you. Thanks. Bye. For you lovely ladies who love the muscular men, Master Splinter without his clothing. He looks so buff. Obviously it looks like he also lost some weight too, because that cloth and stuff make it look like he's a lot, you know, bulkier when it comes to his waist and stuff like that. But he's really buff. He's got that beautiful six-pack, in case you lovely ladies are interested in that. He looks great. I'm glad they made it where he could take off his clothes. Of course, all these MOTU Turtle line characters, you can mix and match their parts. So you will have to take him completely apart basically to get his clothes off. So if you want to take his clothes and put on someone else, you can. Look how buff he is, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-da! Ta-da! You can have him for $14.99 if you want to take this beautiful specimen of Master with you. Look at those pecs. Look at those beautiful muscles. Wouldn't you like to pick him up and take him home? Or would you rather have him pick you up and take you... Well, anyways. Thank you again. Have a good night. Now thank you again, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Ooh, I'm liking this. He's getting there. He is almost a completo. And what's really neat is... twist his body, and that does that. Can't wait to get the rest of them.